Play Dragon Age Inquisition, Part 3. In this part, we're going to do more of our Hinterlands quest that we haven't quite finished yet, and we are going to also just kind of see how far we can get in some allotted time we've got going on here. Alright. Further ado, we've also got this mysterious arrow that we read the note on. We're gonna go over here and read this note on the gallows. Oh, it's another song about a gallows. Okay, moving on. So we got that note, and it says you gotta find 3 red things. Just as a reminder. Let's see, it should be in Codex. Oh Christ, I don't remember. Let's go over here. Oh, it's not on here. Okay. Well, it basically says you have to find 3 red pieces of cloth. And then you'll get more instructions. Oh. We stop and we just kind of read like... Yeah, basically just saying let people grieve and post their losses and things on the wall. Moving on. Alright, we have this little read thing.
There must be something here.
Oh, hey, look, fish. Oh, so basically it's telling you something's wrong with the water. They're trying to stock fish back in the water, but something's just not right. We found a red handkerchief, along with... It was a pain I have to get to. Nah. Okay, moving on. We're gonna go around here. Okay, so... We found 1 red handkerchief, and we're gonna move on and try to find the other.
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
Well, who am I looking for? I don't want to talk to them. I got stuff to do.
Good morrow, Val Royeaux.
Must be this guy. Veer.
My maker, know my heart. Take, oh maker, where is the comfort? Look away. I have broken the chant because it comes from my heart. What have we when our divine is dead and the sky burns?
What do you mean,
Are you also... The chant of light is how we ought... Our divine is dead. Our Templars gone. The Maker's silence is dead.
The blessings of Andraste are not...
Hold your tongue. Maker, put out my eyes.
Ah, crap. I can never figure out what exactly to say to this guy.
The one who repents, who has faith on...
The Templars didn't even talk.
Oh, this was the guy we were looking
You are the
for.
Herald of Andraste, are you not?
Yeah, Cora invited him to Solana, the chateau of Duke Bastion of Gig is Lane. Vision of Fur, first enchantment on Samar, enchantment on... don't care. Got stuff to do. Okay, the second handkerchief should be... I'm not gonna talk to you.
It's all well and good for you. You have people to fight for you. You're certain such a power in his ways?
Yeah,
It is simple maths.
Chevalier.
His patience lost its context.
Madam Snappy Snips. Okay, we're gonna move on from there. Oh, another reading. I never actually finished reading. I get close, but I just don't have the time. Some of them I'll stop and read if they're actually pertinent.
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's orders. This has been received as you might expect.
Yeah, probably not well. Legions don't like anything that's not Orlean. Okay, so we're gonna go around this guy. Hey, that looks a lot like that one jerk that showed up to Haven. I love this. It'll show you like where you've been. We just sort of wander a little bit. Then you've also got like this little area where we came from. So we want to go up here. Friend of Red Jenny. That's the quest we're doing. We're gonna go. Oh. And it does the tracker on all maps. It's just a lot more clear on this one where you're going. Yay! Alright, so that's got a place for us to go. Because if we don't have enough places to go to. Oh, so we gotta go through here and do the thing, get this stuff. Alright, for that one I went ahead. This one I've done so far. Throw the gauntlet, challenge, trust the steel, and cutting words. So it gives her a little more strength, which is useful. And it also rattles your enemies so you make more damage. Yay, more damage. Alright, Solus, we're gonna go over and go to... Go ahead and do Fate Step. And then for Varric, we're gonna go ahead and do Leaping Shot. He tends to use this one when you get it a lot, so I figure it won't hurt to go ahead and do that. Okay, and from here, I'm gonna go back downstairs. There's a good reason why we have to go back downstairs. It's not just because I don't want to travel. Like, you can leave from wherever you want. You don't have to go to the beginning area. As many of you guys may know from either playing this before or just being familiar with the other Let's Plays.
If I might have a moment of your time.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
Does that mean the mages will help us?
We are willing to discuss it with the Inquisition at least. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herald.
Come, let us return to Haven.
She thinks we're going back to Haven. We're not going back to Haven. We got too many other things to do.
No, I did not see him. The report was vague and he moved on quickly.
Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are...
As you say... They can conscript whoever they want.
Yeah, that's a repeat. That happens every once in a while. So we need to go to this one first. This one's pretty fast. So I like it. It doesn't take 3 years to get through.
Lady Lavellen, on behalf of the Inquisition.
What a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Seeing the same faces at every event becomes so tiresome. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer, or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
What have you heard about me?
Some say that when the veil opened, Andraste herself delivered you from the Fade.
I'm not familiar with that name. I was invited here by First Enchanter Vivienne.
Madame de Fer is a fond nickname the court has given Lady Vivienne.
I've heard she finds it amusing.
I've heard very little about Duc Bastien.
He hasn't been seen much at court lately.
His business with the Council of Heralds often takes him from home for long periods. It can't be good for a man of his years.
And of course, there's the Civil War. Bastien probably wishes to distance himself from the actions of his one-time son-in-law.
Tearing up the Dales in a foolish bid for power? It will end in disgrace for Gaspard. Everyone knows it.
Some of those storytellers may have gotten carried away.
But only for the best effect. The Inquisition is a ripe subject for wild tales.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit. Washed-up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously. Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
That's not true. I'm just searching for Divine Justinia's killer.
Of course you are. I'm sure your army is out scouring the hills for her murderer as we speak. We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a woman of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests.
You tell him.
You know such rudeness is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lady, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
Just let him go.
I think the Marquis has seen the error of his ways.
By the grace of Andraste, you have your life, my dear. Do be more careful with it.
Idiot.
I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, First Enchanter of Montsimard, and Enchantress to the Imperial Court.
Is that Marquis going to pose a problem?
His aunt is the Vicomtesse of Mont de Glace. Not a powerful family, but well respected. And very devout. Alphonse will be disowned for this. It's not the first time he's brought his aunt disgrace, but I'm sure it'll be the last. And after such a public humiliation, I expect he'll run off to the Dales to join the Empress's war effort. Either to make a good end, or to win back a modicum of self-respect.
Charmed, Lady Vivienne.
Ah, but I didn't invite you to the chateau for pleasantries. With Divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Yeah, forget it, just go.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on from that. I think it's sending me back to Haven. That's nice. I didn't want to go there. I'd have other stuff to do. That's irritating, to say the least. Alright, so we've recruited Vivienne, we've seen the Templars, we've talked to Fiona, the Grand Enchanter, and leader of the Mage Rebellion. Now we gotta go get one of our other companions. And I go do this great quest, which is a fuzzle half the time. We're gonna take Sandra, Solus, and we'll take. I don't take Vivienne very often. Just because she gives me a headache. She won't shut up. No, she won't shut up. She just is really condescending, and I get tired of hearing that. That's my job. Moving on. Alright, now we've got to go wandering. Not far though.
Inquisition arrow!
Well, say no progress.
Alright. Oh boy, loot.
Herald of Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're... And you're an elf. Well, hope you're not too elfy. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
Sure.
They say I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you and what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
I love her look.
Why didn't you take their weapons?
Because no breaches.
Alright. Well.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. Well, it's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I used them to help you. Plus arrows.
The Inquisition already has.
Here's how it is. You import... Ooh, crush you. Step down, you've got big lords with big purses like the tit we killed. Or was he one of the endless arse-lickers who follow? Doesn't matter. His grand plan was ruined by scrap torn from his desk and a red sock. By someone who couldn't read it. So no, I'm not Lord Poncyfart or Ruffled. If you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
Sure.
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
We don't have enough power to contact anyone. So we're just gonna go do other stuff till we have enough power. To do anything.
Yes?
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
But the Templars have served the Chantry for ages.
And in that time, they've come to take the Order's services for granted. Templars risk their lives against blood magic, demons, abominations, to feel as if those efforts are dismissed. I may disagree with the Order's actions, but I'm here as proof of that. And I sympathize with their frustrations.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars as our local Chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
And what about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
Do the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates, or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical? The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. But I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
A life of service and sacrifice. Are Templars also expected to give up physical temptations?
Physical? Why... why would you... That's not expected. Templars can marry, although there are rules around it, and the Order must grant permission. Some may choose to give up more to prove their devotion, but it's not required.
Have you?
Me? No. I've taken no such vows. Maker's breath. Can we speak of something else?
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
He'll be here. 4 shades of red. Alright, let's close the doors and walk up here. Oh, I think there's something down here actually.
Still got demons pouring out of the rift.
One of the more persistent bugs is this special shipment bug in Haven. Like, it'll be like, oh, you have a special shipment, and you go in there. It's like, no, never mind. I just have this exclamation point that you have to deal with.
You're worried about the rifts. I understand that.
The bigger of all the reasons we're coming back here is we need to check the war table for some different things. And do this cutscene. Yay, cutscene.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in a city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
Or you could stop bickering and make a decision.
I agree.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
Yes, go on. I'll pick out.
So it'll be dangerous. I've been in danger since I walked out of the Fade.
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave...
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
There is one other matter.
What?
Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious. That does sound odd. I agree. The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease. And if he can't? Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Alright, so I try not to talk too much when they're doing the cutscenes because I can only really put in input when I'm making decisions of where to go. So basically, in a nutshell, we have everybody going, it could have been the mages, could have been the Templars. Now Liliana's like, well, you know, no one's seen the Grey Wardens in a while, and I can't get a hold of any of them. You're like, oh, well, shit. That's all you can say at that point. You're like, well, that just runs everything down if I still have no idea what's going on. So now we can just jump into the War Council, do a couple missions on there, collect some rewards, that kind of thing. Good times, good times. Now, here's the nobleman. Pinnacola, and am I to understand that you are in charge of the soldiers trampling on my lawns, providing food and refuge to the scrabble of filth burrowing into my land? A plague on you, sir, for spitting in the face of an honest petitioner and for taking advantage of my distress. Did my wretched neighbor Bantraft whisper in your ear? Tell me what he paid you so I might at least know the price of treachery, sir. My only consolation is that a few of the rank and file have gone to join your farce of an Inquisition. In bitterness, disgust, Lord Kildorn. I love these because they sound so fancy, but then they're so angry. It's like, oh, well, I'm sorry? Question mark? I don't know what to say. Let's see. Oh, we have a couple things that have popped open here too. We're gonna do this one. Confrontation had the desired effect to a point. We still got some people that are... There's still some denouncing us, which that's just great. Let's see. Threat. Be nice. secrets. No, what's faster? We'll try being nice. I've never tried being nice to them. I usually send someone in to be rude. Or something of that nature. I'm usually not that nice. I don't like being nice to them. They're nice to me. Divine Justinian. Let's use a Vivian quest. We're gonna go over here. Do this one. Fifth line rival herald of Ferelden Haven. Oh yeah, the cultist. I loved those. They were fun. Cultists no dragon long gone. By the time the change your ride feels simple say crashes, but there may still be yeah, we need people.
Let's see what we have.
Good magic. That's a good idea. Not gathering coin right now. And we'll go ahead and do this so we can get one of our other fantastic friends. And now we have 2 power and we need 15. Go there. We still need to go to Redcliffe and see what their cost is. I think it's 15 as well. We'll try this. I don't think I've seen him on this one because some of these quests he's just like, no. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. I'll just leave you at home. Whatever. Okay, so we've done a couple of quests. We need to go back to the hinterlands, but before we go there, we should be meeting someone outside the front door. Hey, Krim. We talked to him.
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
Hey, what do you need?
What's the message?
We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bull's charges can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Alright.
We'll consider your offer.
I appreciate it. We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Also, if you don't know this, the person who voices Krim also, if I'm right, I think this is right, also voices female Commander Shepard. And you'll find several other people throughout the entire Dragon Age series that actually happens with it. They voice a character here and on Dragon Age. Or here on Dragon Age and also on Mass Effect, which is kind of neat. I always find those little tidbits to be pretty cool. Oh yeah, we gotta go return that ring to that widow before she thinks we stole it. We'll go do that on our way back around. Apostate cash, apostate. I don't have time to do that right now. I got other stuff to do. We can go that one though, it's close. Alright, we're gonna do this real fast and go get some stuff done. And we're gonna go try to talk to the rebel mages. Try. We don't usually get very far, to be honest. Because the only way you can actually start the big quests is from the war table. It's the only place you can start really negotiations with either side. So we'll go and try to talk to them. Maybe. Well, that and a couple other quests you have to do. Come on, you have to do X, Y, Z before you can do anything else. Alright, so this cache, if I remember right, should be over here. There it is, yeah. Boom.
More supplies for Recruit Whittle.
3 out of 5, and the other ones are all around something else. Okay, so we're gonna go, bam, over that way. The only bad thing is that the hinterlands, you travel really slowly until you get horses, which I don't remember. Crap.
Thank you again for rescuing Rix.
Okay, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can't really get your horse until you went to Horsemaster Dennett and convinced him to help you, and then you do like the slowest quest ever. I think you get a horse there for, yeah, you start to get a horse, but it doesn't really do you a whole lot of good at first. You need someone to take care of your horses. And rescuing him doesn't have much effect on your, on the Haven quest after we get mages, so that's good.
We're the Templars. They don't care who they kill anymore.
I found this ring on a Templar I killed.
This is it. Praise to you and the Inquisition for giving my husband justice. It won't bring him back, but his spirit will rest easier now. As will mine.
You're welcome. Okay, now we gotta go. Shard. Blackwall. We're gonna go to him first. Another one of our quests that involve people. I know you're probably thinking, why don't you just jump over to that camp and climb up the hill? Well, I could. But then I couldn't go over here and beat down some of these Templars. And one mage. Works out great. You kill him, I kill you. Everybody's happy. And now we're gonna loot bodies. Oh wait, is that one gone? Oh, he left something good. This is from earlier. One of the two. Hey, look, more elf fruit. Not that it doesn't grow everywhere on this map. Of course, like everyone on one side of the map. The other side of the map, it's so hard to find. Alright, so we're heading over this way. Oh no, I'm so close. I could have made that. Yeah, I could have made that. I missed.
That tower is impressive, even as a ruin. I wonder what dreams it might hold.
And there's Solus, our residential.
That's what the skull helped you find? Right. Not ominous at all.
That's so fun. I love Varric, he's a residential. Really, guys. It's kind of his job, I guess. Alright, another stanza of the Saga of Tear to Bright Axe. Yay! I'm moving on, I got stuff to do. There's a map we get to do with some stuff around this old fortress, but I don't have time to find it right now. Some part of this is eventually just going to be me going back and doing all this stuff I should have done like 10 years ago. isn't that how Dragon Age usually runs? You do everything, and then you go back, and you have to do all the small little insignificant quests that you skipped because you didn't think they were important. I love those. Hey, there's Emprium. We haven't found that yet. And Blood Lotus. It's Blood Lotus and Spindleweed are pretty wet plants. They're usually always found near water. But Blood Lotus is always in water. Or right on the banks of it, or somewhere near like a big pond. Hey, look.
Line there. Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding,
It's a
you're
Grey
holding.
Warden.
Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall? Warden Blackwall?
You're not. How do you know my name? Who said ah? That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come.
Alright, we should be not too bad.
Hold the wall, men. Make them come to me.
Bastard! Dead!
Here's a fight. Stop. Whoa.
Too late for that! You know how this ends!
Sorry, bastards.
Ain't that true?
Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves.
Yay!
You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of Wardens has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
Oh, that's hard. I never asked this one.
So where are the rest of you?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
I just flirted with somebody. Why are you asking me to flirt again? This is like... No.
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall. But this didn't help at all.
No.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a Warden. Maybe you need me.
The Inquisition needs all the support it can get. But what can one Grey Warden do?
Save the fucking world if pressed. Look, maybe fighting demons from the sky isn't something I'm practiced at. But show me someone who is. And like I said, there are treaties. Maybe this isn't a blight, but it's bloody well a disaster. Some will honor them. Being a Warden means something to a lot of people.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This warden walks with the Inquisition.
Alright. Alexandra. Eric. Alright, keep the...
By the end of Hardin Hightown, almost every character is revealed as a spy or a traitor.
Wait, you read my book?
It was in the Inquisition library. Everyone but Donnan turned out to be in disguise. Is that common?
Are we still talking about books, or are you asking if everyone I know is a secret agent?
Are there many tricksters in dwarven literature?
A handful, but they're the exception. Mostly they're just honoring the ancestors. It's very dull stuff. Human literature. Now there's where you'll find the tricky, clever, really deceitful types.
Curious.
Not really. Dwarves write how they want things to be. Humans write to figure out how things are.
This is Blackwell's hut, and there's a book on Orlesian stuff. Just gonna leave that there. Oh, loot. And another frozen log I don't really need. Actually, I think I need to set up those cages now that I keep thinking about it. Oh, smugglers. Smugglers are fun. Nope, nothing else too useful right now. So we're gonna... Actually, we're gonna go clean that landmark, then we're gonna go jump off a cliff over here. Ah, no. I'm so glad those don't really take up room in the pack. Alright, so we found, looks like the first stanza of Tear to Bright Axe. Alright. Oh, there's enemies over there somewhere. I've got stuff to do. So we're gonna jump down over here and just sort of carry on from here. Hey, wait a minute. Nope. Probably conscript tents. And look, there's a dead guy in a tree stand. I don't know what happened to my fight. Here's the waterfall. We're going to go over here where we have another oculon. Just kinda... He's just kinda hang out and do this.
Look, that's the King's Road down there.
Hey, look, there's a mage and a Templar fighting again. Because that's new. It looks like a fireball. Okay, we're gonna carefully. Ow, I think it. Yeah, that worked great. Here.
Dead!
There's that guy. I'm gonna take her stabbing my arrows. Okay, they took care of that guy. Oh no! My inventory's full. So we're gonna go ahead. I wonder if this will let me go. We're gonna jump over to the village and sell some things to the merchant because we're a bit full, and that's bad. We don't want full. We want to have space to pick up more things. So, oh yeah, we gotta go back and get Hindle at some point. I almost forgot about him. Okay, we're gonna look through some stuff real fast. does that much on it. Aww, I should have read that. Okay, so everything else can pretty much be sold, so we're going to do this. Alright, we need to see if Solus can use any of these right now. He's using an ice staff, but everything... He'll get over it. There you go. Alright, we're not getting him for a while, so... I just keep the best two, but for right now we're just gonna go and sell them. Keep the best one. And jump down to Cassandra, 'cause she's the only one I have right now other than Blackwall that uses shields. There's that. We'll keep one of those. He probably needs a better shield. Oh my god. Yeah, she could use something better right about now. Alright, so we did that. We're gonna jump over to armor. Now, armor early on in the game, I don't have any specifics about what I like to use. I just kind of use whatever's good. If it's good, we use it. If it's not good, then we find something else. That's just how things work right now. We'll give that one Vivian. We'll throw that one out. I have the best armor in the world right now. Okay, we're gonna deal with that. We're just gonna go ahead and sell that because I never really use those two kinds of armors. They don't work well. Okay, and then we're going to go down to Varric, and he's got the better of the armor we have right now. So, alright, that's Varric's. And I know this is like the tedious part of the stream, but I usually like to make sure you guys kind of see what I do, I guess. But maybe I'll change it for that. I'll try not to do this anymore really. I'll just kind of keep to the usual basics of stuff. Alright. I'll try to do my buying, selling, and equipping when I have more time. And now we have 15 things in our pack, which is a lot better than having a ton. And I was gonna look at... Yeah, maybe I won't. I don't think there's really much of anything that's... Well... We'll pick that up while we're here. Okay, we got some useful stuff now. We're gonna go... Crap. hate. I think I've got everything done, and then I have to turn around and do more stuff. Alright, that's what we just bought. Throw one of those out of the way. Keep that hand hammer for now. Alright, moving on. Alright, quick upgrade 2. It's always when you sit for a second you realize all the stuff you really need to get done. Okay, so we added Vortex of Steel to Whirlwind, so that'll make other enemies come closer when I do that. This means I don't have to go chasing after them, which is awesome. Yeah, alright, critical hit, cheap shot. We'll go ahead and add that. Stunning is always good. Stunning, dexterity. Before we leave this little village, we can actually go talk to Alendra? The mage that's holed up in the cave. We'll talk to her.
May I help you?
The Inquisition could use the skills of a powerful mage.
If I wished to kill others, I would have joined the rebels. How is the Inquisition any better?
There are countless ways for you to help the Inquisition safely without having to fight. We need wards reinforced and glyphs studied. If you have skill with healing, you could save many lives.
True enough. If the Inquisition believes I can help, then I will do what I can. My skills are yours. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
Alright, so in case anybody didn't watch the last stream, we had come to talk to her because we had found Matron's belongings, but we couldn't actually recruit her yet because we didn't have the mage skills. We didn't have the mage knowledge equipped yet, so we couldn't really pick her up. And you get a power for getting new agents and stuff, so...
We all did.
Maker's breath. If I were back in the city, I could just steal some blankets.
We're working on the blanket thing, Whittle. It's taking time. Something about having to dig through every mage and rebel in this town is really starting to wear on everybody. Alright, we're gonna go over here to the burning house. Now this house does eventually go off fire. It just takes... We don't have forever, so they're just gonna take us off and we're gonna jump around the fire. Because that's what we do. Jump on the hot coals and hope for not die. Room craft. Oh crap. Over. Save. Not that you can really much get lit on fire from running through this. Oh crap, I'm gonna be a jerk. Oh, really? Come on. Oh look, there's an evil mage up on the hill. Like, I can't see that from 3 miles away. What? That's ridiculous. There is no sense. Where am I at? Okay, now we've taken out some more mages and... Oh, there's more. Never mind. Well, we have to take care of Oh, not again. You know what? We're gonna take a roadblock. We're just gonna take a turn of shift. We're gonna go take care of these Templar mage encampments before they drive me up the wall. Okay, we're gonna go this way. There's an option. Where's it at? Come on, guys. Let's go this way. We'll retake this little fort first. What has a name? I think. Pretty sure this one's Fort Connor. I did not like that gunfire. I think I flipped in the ring you can come back and deal with Red Lyrium, which I will. I always do. Actually, I usually have already solved my Red Lyrium problem, but... Okay, we got that. There's more loot over here. It's not much, but... all that stuff combined, if you have a ton of stuff and you sell it all, you end up with a bunch of loot. Well, you end up with a bunch more gold that you can use to buy more important stuff. And you can pick up the shard.
Perhaps the Inquisition could determine the nature of these objects.
Okay. My journal quest is not this map to the waterfall. I got stuff to do. So we're gonna go find these guys and deal with them. Okay. What do I got going on here? Apply that. Go ahead and get this Frost Mastery. Increases a couple things that are useful for mages. I just leveled him up like 5 seconds ago. Give him explosive shot and move on from there. Quick levelage, not a big deal. Hey, someone left us a note. Isn't it great how they just leave these notes out like they want you to find it? Basically, the fighting is the shortest bridge. Up the mountain.
The Templars have secured a position ahead.
I don't care. No loot chest over here. Alright. Now I gotta take care of the big old Mac Daddy over here. He's a real pain. Well, he's not really that bad actually.
Refugees should have a safer time on the King's Road now.
We must still deal with the Apostates, however.
Yeah, no, it's like, yes, we've defeated this group of Templars. We gotta go take care of the Apostates. I know. My God. Okay, and if you continue along this little path that map to the waterfall, actually,
there must be something here.
Back over here. Where you found some iron bark, which can be used to make masterworks and things of the like. No, I'm not collecting all the iron. I'm kinda in a hurry. Okay, so we need to get... Oh, well, that just looks like a joy. In fewer than too many words, we basically need to blaze saddles all the way back from where we came from. We need to go over here. So we're going to jump back over here and just basically haul straight across. Alright, so we just gotta go this way.
Nothing to report,
wait. Do this stupid thing. It gives you more power too. You get like...
Dispatch for you.
Alright,
what is it? See for yourself, sir.
I don't know what she just gave me because I'm not training. Alright, velveteen decorative gems, of which I have none right now, so we're just gonna dive down this canyon and keep going. Oh, hey, look, we're gonna come across more of these jerks. Seriously, you do not get a break whatsoever. I bet they might challenge. The effects do wear off, but at the end of the day, it's just kind of whatever. Somebody's encampment that got burned. It seems to be a great Templar strategy. Mages are I don't even know anymore. Half the time in this game, you don't even know what people are doing. Not a clue. Not a clue. We're gonna go straight this way. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Okay, they took care of that guy, so we're gonna keep going. Oh, hey, look, we found loot. Oh, so there's an apostate letter. I guess they expect us to go take out the apostate letters real quick. I have stuff to do. Oh, there's a fake. I went the wrong way. Keep going towards the blues. Oh, there's this. Now this hut is all sorts of creepy, but we need a key, and we aren't really getting a key right now because we got other stuff to do. Carrying on. Fifth. We always end up finding a whole bunch of stuff like that in
I believe we are nearing the Apostates. Be on your guard.
Alright, we weren't going to deal with this right now, but I guess we're going to deal with this right now. And the whole, this can only be destroyed by this kind of magic, that's a lie.
The King's Road should be safer, at least for the time being.
Alright, now that we've dealt with this too.
Redcliffe has seen more than its share of troubles. That the rebellion should play out here.
Right, looting, 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 looting. And royal fruit. Something you don't see often. But yeah, since defeating them, when you reload into the hinterlands, it should be a little more subdued. Less stabby stabby, more safer travels. Or, well, I should say much safer travels. Alright, we should be coming up to Redcliffe Road, which means we bypass the farms, I think.
Redcliffe Village should be just ahead.
Should be.
I want to watch on that damn thing. Sound the alarm at the first sign of demons.
Oh, hey, it sounds like a... Oh, there's some different magic here. This is why you don't want to get
What was that? We don't know what these rifts can do. That one appeared to alter the time around it.
There are many mages in Redcliffe. Maybe Fiona will know what's going on.
Make her have mercy. It's over. Open the gates.
Alright.
We've spread word the Inquisition was coming. But you should know that no one here was expecting us.
No one? Not even Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't yet arrived. He's expected shortly. You can speak with the former Grand Enchanter in the meantime.
The Veil is weaker here than in Haven. And not merely weak, but altered in a way I have not seen.
We should talk to the Grand Enchanter.
Have you heard? The Inquisition dealt with the rebel Templars. Been driven away or killed.
Alright, and as you'll
Look at
see
that old thing.
here...
I'm surprised it's still standing.
This is the infamous windmill tower that, if you remember from Origins, is where you find the secret passage, which should be somewhere under here to let you into Redcliffe Castle, if this is the correct windmill, I think it is. The space has changed a bit, but it's alright.
Grandmother, I think we should go.
Go? In the middle of the war?
Look at the sky, and those stories about all that magic.
We can't really get in there yet.
Now is the time to stay close to home. Chantry will step in soon enough to put a stop to this foolishness, child.
Mother, of course. I had the dream again last night.
No,
Even before the sky fell open, this was a land of spirits and demons. Magic grows wild in the hills of Redcliffe. Tell me about your people. They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favors blood lotus flowers.
Yeah, so basically you have to go back to the lake we were at, and
I talked to one of the rebel mages, and she said it sounded like the dream she you hate me that much if
I don't want you talking to the rebels. No. We're normal. No. We keep our I will love you no matter what you are.
Yes. Make me with you. Make me with you. Make me
there are a few things you can do here and there. There's a few people you can talk to.
Bodies lying butchered on the side of the road. If not for the Inquisition, it would have been even worse. And we hid here behind the village wall.
I suppose you're right.
I'm Sister Tanner. May I help you?
Are you a chantry?
A lay sister only. It is very busy work. Especially...
Fel.
We'll talk to her again a little later. We can have an interesting conversation. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna meet with Grand Enchanter Fiona. And we'll probably stop there. Whoops.
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. What has brought you to Redcliffe?
We're here because of your invitation back in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
Well, that's very strange, because someone who looked exactly like you spoke to me in Val Royeaux.
Exactly like me? I suppose it could be magic at work, but why would anyone... Whoever or whatever brought you here? The situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
An alliance with Tevinter? Do you not fear all of Thedas turning against you?
Andraste's ass. I'm trying to think of a single worse thing you could have done, and I've got nothing.
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
As one indentured to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
What about the giant hole in the veil that's spewing demons everywhere? You're just going to pretend it isn't there?
I am not forgetting the breach, but we can only fight one war at a time. The Templar threat was immediate. If we live, we can worry about the torn veil.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
You're quite a long way from Tevinter, Alexius.
Indeed I am, though I have heard you are no Ferelden either. It seems we are both strangers here. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious, indeed.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be.
Felix. I'm so sorry. Please forgive my clumsiness, my lady.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Ooh, very mysterious.
We'll be careful, but we need to figure out what's going on here.
We don't need your kind here. Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name.
Who are you?
Linnea. Joe. Don't ask what Circle Tower I'm from, because we're done with that.
You'd rather bow to
All you Chantry types think the same. It's just because they're ruled by mages. No one wants us to look at them and say their mages are free in the world.
But don't Magisters...
The Chantry says whatever they think will scare us. People don't like the idea of us controlling their thoughts, but they have no problem with us throwing fireballs in their wars. In Tevinter, the mages police themselves. It works.
I'm here because I believe
Right.
Well, fine then. Maybe Clement will listen.
Magister Alexius does...
Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
What does the
He does not like to be reminded of. He says all tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
You're one of the traps?
Yes, my talent, rather than risk me becoming... My magic is gone. Those now in Redcliffe prefer not to...
How long?
Magister Alexius arrived. He forced... Even the Arl was sent away. One moment. You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not? I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
Sure, come on.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you. While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
Hey, I'll take anybody. You want to join me? Come on. Wow, party.
Inquisition, huh? These Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
Who are you?
Name's Tolwyn, formerly of the Circle of Magi in Hosberg. Lived my whole life there, since I was 10 years old and came into my magic. 3 meals a day, quality education, a roof over my head. If you're not summoning demons, a mage tower's a fine place to be.
If you were happy in the Circle, why are you here with the rebels?
We're all rebels now. The vote saw to that. The majority wanted to dissolve the circles. The rest of us went with them or were cut loose. I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
You're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right, magic or no. I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with magisters.
Alright. How did the Grand Enchanter end up working with Tevinter?
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a Magister ally. It was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way. Out of the frying pan.
And into the fire.
Goodbye.
Be careful.
I can't remember. I think there's something upstairs. I might be wrong. Oh yeah, a couple codex entries. Not much, but that'll be a buy. Alright, we gotta go on downstairs. Back out. I'm gonna meet with one more person. We'll call it a day. This way. Go.
You're from the Inquisition. I didn't... Were you really looking to ally with us?
Is that so hard to believe?
Everyone blames us. The Templars left the Chantry too. That's worse, isn't it? They took an oath. Yet everyone calls it the Mage Rebellion. We're the ones they hate. What choice did we have? Stay and be slaves?
Sometimes to achieve the world one desires, one must take regrettable measures.
I hope you can do something. Tying ourselves to Tevinter. That can't be the right way to end this.
You seem young to be part of this.
I'm Lysas. I came into my magic when I was 9 years old. Templars came into the alienage and took me to the Circle. They didn't even let me say goodbye. It's not right. I studied hard. I passed my harrowing, I sing the chant. But I'll be locked up for the rest of my life.
You don't approve of the Grand Enchanter's decision?
I was there when we voted to leave the Circle. She really seemed to care what we wanted. She was ready to rebel, but she wasn't going to unless it was the will of all mages. It's hard to believe she'd go behind our backs and sell us to the Magisters.
How long has Magister Alexius been here?
A day or two after. After the Conclave, he arrived. Come to save us from the wrath of the Templars, they said. But this doesn't feel like safety.
Take care of yourself. There's something strange going on.
I never thought the Grand Enchanter would swear to a Magister.
How strange. There to have the Conclave, and the Magister just shows up. A little fishy. Alright, we were told to come to the Chantry, so here we are.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
All right.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Another Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
Are you the one who sent that note, then?
I am. Someone had to warn you after all. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
He arranged it so he could arrive here just after the Divine died.
You catch on quick.
That is fascinating, if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
You're asking me to take a lot on faith.
I know what I'm talking about.
I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Oh look, we have another group who's coming.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake. You have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Do you have any suggestions?
You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
Anyways, so that's Dorian. So I'm recommend reading up here. Stuff. Alright, let's get out of this building and we'll go from there.
Does Tevinter really need cults? Aren't they weird enough?
They have torn open time itself. So no, I doubt they truly need a cult as well.
Alright, so we've gotten to this point here. Real quick for my own health and a couple other things we need to do here. By my health, I mean my character's health. We are going to go ahead. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. So we're going to wander out over here to back to Dwarfson Pass. I'm going to save here for the evening. And when we come back, we're going to find the key to the Conscientious Abductor's Hut. We're going to look around for some other things because I need to find some codexes and other things I need for a certain small side mission deal. And a couple other things. So, with all that said, my name's Ostwick Renegade. This is Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. And if you like what you see, then you can follow. Or you can press that follow button and come back later and check out more of what we got going on. This is only part 3, and the goal is to play all the way to the end. We won't be in the hinterlands forever, but it certainly feels like it. So take care, and see you back here sometime soon. Bye.